Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Keith Miller.
And I'm Jill Anderson, and we're with Keller Williams of Palm Beaches.
And we're here to talk to you about selling your house for sale by owner and avoiding all the headaches and pitfalls that go along with that.
Yep. The first thing I would do is I would actually go through your house and fix any items that you think may be found during the inspection. When the inspector comes into the house, they go from top to bottom, and it would just avoid any problems with the buyer and the contract if you have everything fixed and disclosed. Another important factor before you go and even think to list your home is declutter your home. Clear off any personal photos. You don't want to have too many personal photos or memorabilia lying around. You really want to have your countertops in your kitchen and your bathrooms pretty bare to minimum, not a bunch of things on it. It just makes the room look larger and cleaner, and it allows the buyer to come in and feel like this could be their home.
Next is hire an appraiser. For under $500, you can have a private appraiser come in, do an appraisal, and nobody has to know what the value is but you, and you'll be educated and come from a position of power as opposed to a position of weakness. But also, you don't want to overprice your house initially and lose out on that traffic that's going to be in there for the first 2 or 3 weeks.
When you do get an appraisal, it actually allows you to have the knowledge to do serious negotiations and know that you're justified in your price. Absolutely.
It also helps in the lending process as well, because if somebody's getting financing and you're out of the market, it's all going to come down to the appraisal anyways.
Absolutely, most definitely.
The next thing is photographs and videos that we all look at on For Sale by Owner, and Jill and I get a laugh every once in a while with a lot of the photographs. You want to go over a couple of those?
Yeah, so it's very important. You want to hire a professional photographer to take photos. As realtors, we have our vendors that we work with, and we have them do as many professional photos of the house as you possibly can. The more the better. We also have the photographer take video and virtual video, which is the new thing. You definitely want a virtual video. It allows the buyer to feel like they're actually walking through the home. As a For Sale by Owner, the last thing you want to do is take pictures of the furniture, of the toilet in the bathroom,
that's
of a window,
window
treatment. You really want to capture the whole room, because that's really what the buyers are looking for.
Another important thing is the signage, especially out in your front yard. How often we drive by For Sale by Owners and the Sharpie has faded and you can't even read the phone number that's on there. Go to Walmart, go to your where you need to, and get some numbers that aren't going to fade, and spend the extra $2 or $3 and you'll be fine with that. But the other thing is, make sure that you're advertising on multiple sites as well.
Yep. Another big thing is you as the seller need to be available to show your property whenever the buyer wants to see it. They are the ones that they don't care if you don't want to work at night or show the property at night, weekends, or in the middle of the day. They want to see the property when they want to see it, and if the house is not available to see, they will go to another property. As realtors, of course, we're always available 24/7 basically to answer any questions and to show the property. And as a For Sale by Owner, that is paramount to getting your house sold.
A specific instance is your out-of-town buyers. They're usually in for 24 to 48 hours, and if you miss that window, they're there to buy a property and you're going to lose that sale. The next thing is open house tips. Jill's fantastic with this, so I'm going to leave that up to you.
Yeah, so the most important thing is to advertise. Wherever you're advertising your property, you want to advertise the open house. You want to start it 2 weeks prior to the open house date, then go for 1 week out to it, and then the day before. Another thing is that the scents in the home, the smells that the home has, that's imperative, that's important. That can turn off a buyer.
Especially if you have a pet.
If you have a pet or if you have a smoker in the home, you really want to make sure that you create an environment that is pleasing to the smell, to the nose, I guess. Have a candle lit, or put a pot of water on your stove with some cinnamon sticks, something to make sure that that's...
Yes, and then to go along with the open house, make sure you have a flyer. Make sure that they leave with something that they're going to be able to look through and be able to compare your house with somebody else's. And make sure it's a quality flyer. Don't just print it on regular copy paper. Make sure that you spend a little extra making sure that you put the time into all the specifics that you need to sell your house.
Yes, as realtors, again, we have a vendor that we use glossy flyers with all the information, as many photos as you can. You want it to be colorful and informative, and exactly something that's solid that they can take home and keep and not just throw away. Something that really makes them interested in the property.
Exactly. The next item is something that most of us don't even think about until you're ready to go in and sign the paperwork. But get a few things taken care of right away. The HOA documents, your survey. That as long as you have your survey,
Well, in Palm Beach County, also the seller is in charge of the title company.
Absolutely.
So you need to make sure that you have a title company in mind who will do the closing of the property. The seller pays for all the title costs, the closing costs of the title company. So that's very important. So you just want to make sure that, you read through the contract, you make sure all the dates are right, and everything looks good for the seller.
And some title companies will lessen your fees if you've already provided some of those documents to them.
Absolutely.
Then the next thing is,
and this is the most important. Absolutely.
You're going to have this happen. You're going to have somebody come in, fall in love with your house, and they're going to want to make an offer.
And they're not approved. The biggest thing is you need to pre-approve any buyers that come in and show interest. You don't want to just take a contract and think you've got your house sold.
Here's what happens. I mean, imagine this. You think you got a buyer, and we just saw this down the street with a development for sale by owner. It's happened to them twice. They get an offer on the property, take in a contract, and it falls through because they can't get financing. And what does that do? It goes on the market, off the market, and the house gets a black eye.
Right. Well, because the buyers that are looking at it don't understand why it's not for sale, why it keeps going back on the market, and why it hasn't sold. And, as the seller, they're not going to call you. They're going to, when there's a realtor, then the realtor can talk to the other realtor and explain the situation. But that's important. So the most important thing is make sure you pre-approve the buyers before you take and accept any kind of contract.
Absolutely. Those are our tips.
Yeah, so good luck. If you need any help and you think, this is probably just a little bit more
daunting than you thought,
give us a call. We would love to help you.
561-707-2971.
Good
luck.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.